Before we get this in, all right, looks like we are live on all three platforms. What's good? Okay, let me see. Instagram. Oh Lord, sorry. Okay, hopefully that's still going. I think Instagram will put you right there. Okay. What's good, YouTube? What's good, Instagram? What's good, Facebook Live? We are up and moving right about now. You are welcome to the Akomacast number 5 or the 5th session or episode of Success Saturdays. It's been a lot of fun. So let me just sort of get everybody in here, man. Hopefully we get some folks coming in. What's good? What's good? Shout out to my good brother down in VA, brother Antonio. What's good, family? Okay, good. Yes, sir. Peace to you, good brother. Peace to you. Yes. Okay. Mooski, what's good? Shout out to you. What's good? What's good, baby girl? Okay, cool. I don't even know Mooski. Do I know you? That's all right. You on board. So come on in. Come on in. It's all good. Okay. Good. All right, man. We're getting a few people in. Okay, you all. I don't want to waste too much time. What's good? Appreciate the love. Yes. We are trying to get this up and running and get our analytics up. So please, if you all would, please click, subscribe, please share, please click like. Okay, we're trying to get this positive energy out in the world and support people as they go about their visions and they go about actualizing what it is that they want to cause in the world. So yes, please, like, subscribe, okay, and all that good stuff. Okay. Let's go on and get to business. I've been sort of breaking my time integrity. I get so into my talks. Success Saturday is supposed to be like a 10-15 minute blurb about some sort of useful success tip that I've experienced and or something that I've learned from somebody else, because you can't learn all the lessons yourself. So you have to this is part of why we have the ability to look and take in information, be it through our eyes, our ears. We can't learn all the lessons. So sometimes we need to listen and watch others. Shout out to Mama Manley, Mama Patricia Manley. How you doing? It's like one of my mentors, from way back up, and she's tuning in. That's beautiful. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into this thing real quick. We'll try to hold my integrity here. We at 12:46. And so hopefully I can get it in between 10 and 15. Okay, so, all right, you all. So the title of this Akomacast is, it is knowing your why, okay, and why it is so important for you to understand that why and be present to that why. And so you got to know your why, okay, in terms of whatever it is that you're trying to do, from a business standpoint, maybe from a community organization standpoint, maybe is to actually try to build up something, maybe trying to store and build something up for your family. You got to know your why. You got to know your why, and you have to be present to your why as you go about your endeavors. And so let's talk about the importance of that. Like, why is it important? And I'm thinking I'm dealing with this from a position that this particular understanding can be applied to any endeavor, but really the motivation is building a business. Okay, building a business. And so just to sort of share with you all a little bit about my background and sort of like where this is sort of coming from. So I've taught social studies for approximately 20 years. And of that 20 years, I've taught economics for about 17 of those years. And out of those 17 years, I've taught advanced economics for about 12 years. Okay. No, not quite 12. 8 years. Okay. So so the reason that I share that is because not only do I deal with this from an academic perspective, and I'm also an entrepreneur as well, and I'm also um, an active member of my community. So I'm speaking from somebody who not only studies this, but somebody who has lived it and continues to live it. And for the most part, the people that are around me, we all live this, okay, because we are all out to cause a better world and cause success, be it for our person, be it for our families, be it for our communities. We are trying to make the world better. Okay, and so that's my crew. That's what we deal with. Okay, all of my friends, we're all into doing something, be it something entrepreneurially, and generally that's linked to what it is we're trying to cause for the community. And generally, everybody who I seek advice from is somebody who's in one way or another, one capacity or another. Perhaps you may be an entrepreneur, you may be an elder, you may be a business owner, because it's all connected. Okay, so in other words, I'm always receiving, and so I get it from that perspective. Plus, I study a lot because I'm an academic, so I flow in various kinds of spaces, and I'm always like testing some of these theories and trying to figure out what's actually applicable and what's not. Okay, so one thing that has been highly applicable is understanding my why. Okay, and let me just sort of explain what I mean by that. Okay, you have to know why you're doing what you're doing, and I mean beyond the money. Okay, yeah, I get the idea that we want a better financial situation or economic situation for ourselves and our family and so forth, and that's cool. Okay, that's part of it. Okay, but it's got to be something deeper. Okay, it's got to be something like something that really matters to you in terms of why you're doing what you're doing, um because for several reasons. Okay, so let's talk about that for a reason. Okay, let's talk about some of those reasons. All right, number one, so from an entrepreneurial standpoint, most small businesses, and I use the term business, but let's sort of break it open a little bit. Okay, so whatever product or service you want to yield, generally speaking, is something that you enjoy doing. Okay, so let's just say, for example, let's say that I want to start my own coffee business or my own cafe. Okay, and more than likely, and I choose that because I really enjoy my coffee, right? More than likely, it's because I really enjoy coffee. Like I really, really enjoy coffee. I enjoy the smell of it. I enjoy the process of breaking down my beans. I enjoy tasting the richness of it. Um, and it makes me happy. Okay, it's something that I use, something that I enjoy drinking for enjoyment, like if I'm chilling, or sometimes I like to use it. Sometimes if I'm like tired and I just want a quick little, get up and go. Now I say, okay, you know what? I want to come up with my own cafe. Okay, and coffee is something that's not difficult to make. You grind up the beans, put it in some water, bubble it, blah blah blah. Okay, put it out, add some cool stuff to it, and boom, you got a nice enjoyable beverage. Now the thing though is, if I were to do that, the thing is there are tons of other cafes. Okay, there are tons of other cafes and or other places that sell coffee. So in order for me to be successful in this particular endeavor, number one, I'm going to have to be present to the fact that I am in what we would call a monopolistic competitive environment. In other words, there are literally millions of coffee sellers around the world in terms of just coffee beverages. And let's just say in my particular locale, there may be like 100 coffee sellers. Okay, maybe even more, depending on how big or small your town is or your city. It could be, maybe 10,000. It could be 20,000. It could be 30, 40,000 coffee sellers. So that means if I'm going to be successful in selling coffee, I'm going to have to be able to do something to make my product competitive, which entails a lot of hours thinking, strategizing. That sometimes it's not necessarily fun. It's not necessarily fun trying to figure out, like, man, how can I strategize to make my coffee or my product more competitive? And then secondly, how can I figure out ways to save costs so that I could be economically strong enough to keep going? It's not fun. It's not fun. The fun part is, you got your coffee, you're talking with other customers, you're talking, it's great. They're happy, you're happy, and you make money off of it. That is the fun part. The tough part is going through continuously, because there's always and you can't quite answer all the questions as to how to do something, because the variables change in life. Anything could happen inside your environment or outside your environment that's impacting your business. So the thing is, to be competitive, you are constantly. You ever heard of that phrase? What is it? Something about you pay the big cost to be the boss, something like that. So when you're an entrepreneur and you're just getting your company off the ground, there are a lot of little problems that you have to solve, and they're not always fun, and they don't always feel good. But if you have your why, okay, if your why is strong enough, it will give you the fortitude to keep going. Okay. So let's just say, for example, your why is, I want to be successful in this business so that let's just go very basic survival, so that my children always have food in their bellies. Okay, that's a good why. Okay, that's a good why. Okay. I don't necessarily want to work for somebody else, so I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be successful in this particular endeavor. Okay, no matter if I'm only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, no matter if I get all the way down to $5, I am willing, because I value my independence. I value, me having say so over my economic destiny, or my business destiny. I'm willing to fight for that. Okay, so you gotta know your why, because it's not going to be comfortable getting there. Okay. George Fraser, one of my favorite authors and speakers, he said that success is a dogfight. And for anybody who has tried to either start their own business or maybe act in a space of leadership where you're carrying a large group of people, you're dealing with humans, and humans come with attitudes. They come with all kinds of statements and comments and sly things, and when you are heading on this particular endeavor, it is lonely. It don't feel good, and still you have to have the vision there. You got to have the vision and be willing to just pierce through it. And you know what? And I'll tell you this: when you pierce through those tough times, somehow, some way, and I just think that maybe this is just the universe's way of just telling you to keep going. You'll break through, and somehow you will break into a lesson to make you that much more stronger and capable to keep going. And the only way that you could get these jewels is if you pierce through. You got to do it. Okay. It's just a way. And those who have the power and the willingness to keep going, those are the ones that get the victory trophy. Okay, and not necessarily trophy, but like the trophy as in, okay, yes, I have my own business. That's a trophy. Yeah, I work for myself. That's a trophy. That's a kind of a trophy. I'm able to have control over my time, a little bit more control. If you're an entrepreneur or small business, even if you are some type of head of a company, organization, or something like that, you never have total control over your time. So some of these gurus that talk about this set it and forget it garbage, they are lying. Okay, they are lying. No. You live it. Okay, you live it. You live it. Okay, and later at the end, okay, when you decide to either pass over the leadership or sell the business, that's another trophy that you get. Okay, you're able to say, hey, I built this thing from the ground up, and now this is the value of it. I want to sell it for this amount, and boom, I get my, your capital gains off of that. However, at the same time, you still right back in the market. Now you got to figure out, well, what else am I going to do? Okay, so anyway, so that's that. Okay, all right. Also, there are some physical anguishes. Okay, meaning that I'll give you an example. Okay, so I don't know if I've shared with you all, but I'm also a real estate investor. Okay, I'm not a huge real estate investor, but we as a family, we move. We believe in the idea that property is something that it is a good asset. Okay, that's one of our assets. Okay, my best asset is my brain. Okay, and maybe that's one of yours too. Okay, maybe it's your creativity. I don't know. Okay, but that's one kind of asset that we invest in. And this particular situation, I was getting ready because I had to prepare a unit for a particular tenant or whatnot. And the contractor that I was working with needed some help to get some materials. Okay. And so here it is. It's like at night. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I did not feel like driving all the way to my property in order to get these materials to my contractor. And I had no truck. Okay. I had my family van, and that's all I had. Okay. And I put those materials on top of my van. And it was risky because like anything could have happened. Like the materials could have fallen off, like on the street or something, or on the highway or something like that. Yeah, on the interstate highway. So I had to put them on my van. I had to like just take the street route, and I had to go through this. Okay, I did not want to do it. I did not want to do it. Okay, but I knew that it was necessary. It was necessary in order for the unit to be complete, so that we could go ahead and get the tenant situated. And so I did it. Okay. And I just kept telling myself the whole time. I just told myself, man, I was like, I just kept telling myself, I am success. I am success. I'm a success warrior. This is what I do. Okay, I act powerfully. This is what I do. I don't see limitation. This is nothing to me. So I just kept just talking to myself. Right, I would just tell myself like, "Oh no, I'm having a great time. I'm doing this." And I would just like psych myself up into doing it and continue to keep doing it. And ultimately, I was able to get the materials to my contractor, and The tenant was taken care of, and boom, and we won. Okay, and we got the tenant, and boom, and now the asset is working for me. So what am I saying? I'm saying that success in the short run doesn't always feel good. Okay. And I knew that I knew the thing that kept me going as well is that I had to keep acting because my daughters, that was another one of my whys. I kept thinking about my children. And I was like, if I'm going to create a way so that they don't have to start from scratch, it's not going to feel good in the short run. In the short run. In the long run, if I do what I'm supposed to do, then I can pass that over. Okay. At least have the option to. And, success is something that's not an overnight thing. And the thing is, I try to be a man of my word. So it was another thing for me to do it too, because this is something when I'm talking with my students and whatnot, I'm always in their space. And I'm always telling them, I'm like, look, you guys, success don't feel good. Okay. If you want this score on this particular test, okay, we have to think about what we want today for next week. So let's act now. Let's put some things in place now to grow that tree. Okay. Because success is not a short run kind of a deal. Okay. It's a long run thing. And so that was another thing that was on me too. I was like, if I'm going to, if I'm preaching this, if you would, this to my students, okay, I have to live it. I have to be it. Otherwise, it's not authentic, and they will be able to detect that. They'll be like, man, this, my teacher fronting. And so that was my why. I felt like by piercing through this temporary uncomfortable situation, I was living out my truth. And I needed that as a resource to be able to inspire the kids within my community. Okay, all right, and so that was another one of my whys. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead on and sort of bow out on that. Okay, all right. So whatever it is you all are doing, okay, know your why. Know your why. Keep your why present so that when you go through those short run challenges, okay, and just know that if you're in a business, you're in a competitive environment, it's going to happen. If you are working in a public space where you are working with members of the community, the success is not going to be just pow, just like that. So that's all right. Keep your why. Keep your why. Okay, and as long as your why is present, you'll have that momentary fuel to help you keep going. And you know what? In the end, it'll be all worth it. You will be happy because you would have gone through a an experience to help substantiate what it is that you are either doing for other people, and your road, your experience becomes inspiration for somebody else in the world, whoever it is you're trying to impact, be it your children, be it your parents, be it your elders, be it in my capacity, my students, and also members of my community. Like, I have to live this because it's real to me. And so there we go. So that is our jewel for today. Okay, knowing your why. All right, and I hope you all enjoyed this talk. If you enjoyed this talk, please let me know. I appreciate that. Click like, subscribe, share, and let's get it going, you all. It's 2019. I'm excited. I got some more stuff that I'm working on for you guys. I got another episode that's coming up probably tomorrow. It's called Real Talk. Okay, that's another kind of a show. This right here is about inspiration, but the other one is about like real topics going on in our community, and I want to talk to you guys about it. Let's deal with it. Okay, and also you guys do understand. You guys can go right now. I'm in the process of reworking the site, but still become a part of the Akoma family. Go to theakomaportal.com and sign up. Okay. And you guys are going to see, we're going to do some cool stuff. We got some cultural stuff coming down. There's some things I want to work with our parents. I want to deal with some brothers. Okay. On some things we got to do as men. Okay. Young brothers as well. I don't know. Life is just fun. I just love it, man. Life is just fun. I love it. Some people be mad, because, I don't know, because of the struggle, but I don't know. For me, I look at them as opportunities for success. So it's all good. Okay, everybody. Salute to you. Peace unto you. Peace unto you. Peace unto you. All right. Peace.